Hi guys, Flattmeister. Ugh, this is funny. Came across this article on Kotaku just to have a look. Oh, see gaming news. It's kind of gaming related. So let's pry apart the proverbial butt cheeks and get into the crevice of this article. Yeah, I've done what about 4 or 5 videos on Blizzard and Overwatch. I've never played Overwatch, especially after their latest controversy. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to play. I don't think I'm going to play it at all. Well, I've said it. I'm not going to play. There was the we're not doing diversity quotas, even though we are looking to be more diverse with hiring minorities and women. Yeah, surely, and I've said, meritocracy matters. I mean, there's articles going around that there's a guy promoting his book, and he's stating that meritocracy is toxic in its very nature. It's a negative thing entrenched in misogyny. Sorry, the best and brightest ideas win. You know, everyone has equal opportunity to create something and to put it out there. But the best ideas will get noticed by companies, by hiring managers, this, that, and the other. I did a video back when that one player got perma-banned for playing as Torbjorn. He only played as one main character, and he got banned because he wouldn't change his character at the demand of other players. And so they reported him, they mass reported him, and then Blizzard went, no. So they were trying to police how people play the game in which the developers have designed the game. A player is playing it how it's meant to be played, and then so yeah, there was that. And then there was we're going to start looking at your social media. Because I did on Nerd Waffle's channel, did a live stream with him when this incident came out, and we spoke about it. I said this is going way beyond, it's breaching and violating a consumer's rights. They're making a concerted effort, and they're even hiring people now. They make a concerted effort to look at your social media, looking at your off-site behaviour. So if you're not in a Blizzard forum or something, or an Overwatch forum, they're going to be monitoring your YouTube comments or YouTube videos that you make. If you're a Twitch streamer that streams Overwatch, I'm going to be looking at that content and go, wrong think. And so yeah, that was the straw that broke the camel's back, or my back. It broke my back. Take the pain medication. And then there's this. Finally, to get to it. Well, this happened quite soon after. There was an incident that happened it's all happening in the esports thing. But this just how draconian, and I even tweeted about this, and thank you to everyone who responded. We had lots of people and their input. Also, Liana Kersner, I added her in, sort of tagged her in to just bring that article to her and attention, and to Ian Miles Chong as well as Gaming Ground and One Angry Gamer, just to sort of bring this to their attention. But I said in my tweet that when Blizzard and Overwatch's overly draconian and totalitarian punishments and definitions of what toxic behaviour is, and that it scares the living shit out of esports players and coaches over the most benign shit possible. This Overwatch coach issues an apology for being kind of clumsy, Kotaku goes. And so they're going, this David DePipai, head coach for the LA Gladiators Overwatch League team, bumped into 2 Houston Outlaws players backstage last night and issued a real head scratcher of an apology for it. He says, yesterday, during the Outlaws match, I inadvertently bumped into 2 of the Outlaw players. I hadn't been watching where I was going, I was distracted, thinking about what to say to our team for Kings Row, but I wanted to apologise immediately. I apologised to their players immediately after the game, and Outlaws coach Tyrone shortly after. I am sincerely sorry for my actions, and assure you there was no malicious intent. Even though it was an accident, it was still unprofessional of me to shoulder bump players from another team. So again, I am sorry. Kotaku then asks the question. The question is why?
Why? Why? Why? What? Why exactly? What? Why?
If it were just a light accidental bump, presumably Pi would have quickly apologised in person and moved on, as would any other normal person. Like, oh, sorry, mate. What much I was going, yeah, that's all right, mate. Yeah, take care. Watch where you go. If it was something more sinister and aggressive, why is Pi blasting that out to the world? I'm sorry for shoulder barging you. What was it? Rabbit sense. Maybe we were talking. Like everything's become a hate crime now. Oh, you shoulder bumped me. Hate crime. Oh, you trod on my foot. Hate crime. Oh, you spat in my face when you were talking. Bit too much saliva in your gob, yeah? Like, hate crime. Your monobrow is offending me. Hate crime. Bit of monobrownitis. I don't fucking know. Oh, they'll probably next say, oh, here's a strong body, BO. Is insulting, is a microaggression to my nasal cavity. Hate crime! Assaulted me with your BO. Oh. So then Kotaku is pretty sharp here, saying the inexplicable apology comes on the heels of last week's rounds of punishments from Blizzard to Overwatch League pros and coaches, including a warning to Outlaws coach Tyrone Kim, who issued an apology for posting a meme about the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Oh god! And there was like another bunch of there was another lot of Overwatch players, like esports players, that posted like a try hard meme or something. Overwatch and Blizzard were going, "Ooh, that's a racist meme," but I've not heard of this. I've not heard of the meme. God, have I been under a rock or something? Oh, but this, like, I know there was like warnings and disciplinaries and fines. Like someone had to pay like $1,000 fine or something to Blizzard, and like someone also had to. The guy that made Tyrone that made the Hiroshima meme vowed to donate $1,000 to the Hiroshima Peace Culture Foundation. I mean, there's some people going, it was malicious. He did pump. Some people are saying, oh, he did maliciously bump into him. Kotaku were going. So we're back to the original question: did Pi beat up some outlaws backstage? Why is he profusely apologising if he didn't? We have reached out to the LA Gladiators and the Houston Outlaws for clarification, and will update the story as details emerge. If you know anything about what the hell happened between Pi and the Outlaws, please get in touch with a link. The comments always crack me up. This is the stupidest crap I have ever read. In other hot news, I had a dub today. It was good, but yeah, it must have been a slow week for news for Kotaku, and I have self-awareness. The irony's not lost on me. Yeah, it's been a slow news week for me. That I'm making a video about this. It was more not over the act of him. It wasn't just the act of him bumping into somebody. It was just the fact that Overwatch and Blizzard they've cultivated this hostile. Oh, you're constantly treading on eggshells. You're tiptoeing around people like, I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to be construed with as being hateful towards players. But lots of people were saying, yeah, good job, Blizzard. Keep this up and your league will die quicker than the XFL. But Liana Kirsner made a good point here. She said, Blizzard is attempting to solve a problem by creating another problem. When you don't reward good behaviour and focus on punishment, this is what you get. Exactly. They've not created any new content for their game whatsoever. I've said this so many times. Well, they're making content like in drips and drabs. Like, oh, here's a new character here. but they only make CGI shorts to explain the backstory of this character. Like, how about actually create a story mode? I've said this loads of times. Like, just an arena-based, team-based shooter. We're going to get old. Now, I think I said this in a previous video. Brink, as flawed as that game is, it's free on Steam as well, by the way. It's like a first-person shooter with parkour elements, but it's class-based. You can be like a heavy tank. You can pick a heavy tank body type. It makes you move slower, but you take more damage. You can carry more heavy weaponry, such as like the sort of heavy machine guns. And then you've got the sort of medium build, which is a mix between the heavy sort of the heavy class and the light class. And the light class is you're much more nimble and agile. You can jump high. You can sort of parkour over obstacles quicker. You're a smaller target, a faster moving target, harder target to get. And that game had a story mode, but you could also play those story missions with the cutscenes and everything. It was like sort of capture the objectives. Like you had to kind of push the front line up, so to speak, by capturing these different objectives and to push on forwards. But you'd play within the story, the context of that mission. You could play a multiplayer. You could play it on your team against another team. Because that game had like 2 campaigns. You played as like the resistance, and you played as the sort of security of that sort of high-tech facility, and sort of the refugees of the resistance were the refugees aboard this sort of shanty town that they'd created. But yeah, that's free to play on Steam, and that, like I said, check it out. But Blizzard have not created any new content at all. They've just focused mainly on. It's going to come crashing down. Well, they'll just see their player numbers will come crashing down. But Mildra said that's the irony, isn't it? In their efforts to create a welcoming space, they achieve the exact opposite. And Lord Nurgle says the Pandora's box is open. The insanity started the day they decided to announce that they'll ban people for YouTube activity. See, that's the thing. I've not played Overwatch. I've not played any Blizzard games. I've kind of said, I said earlier on in the video, I don't have any intention, especially after this behaviour, I don't have this regressive, really sort of draconian rules. I don't plan to play Overwatch. But the amount of videos that I've made criticising Overwatch, criticising Blizzard, mocking them. I wouldn't say I'm toxic or a toxic person, but say if I was to buy Overwatch now, right? And if this video, after editing and stuff, if this video gets trending, right? Let's start like a fundraiser, right? And for me to be able to buy Overwatch, right? I'll see if we get this video trending, and then afterwards I'll buy Overwatch. And I'll see, after I've created like a Blizzard account, and before I've even played one match, and Blizzard go, banned toxic player because what have they sent their little spies looking at my my videos? Oh, this video has high amount of views. I really hope 20 views. But yeah, if that would be funny. Like, oh, let's play Overwatch. I'm gonna buy and I'm gonna purchase Overwatch and play Overwatch. Right, okay, create an account, cool. Oh, let's start my first match. What do you mean I'm banned? Toxic behaviour. I've not even played the game. What's going on? Oh, it's because Blizzard's little techno spies have clamped down on my toxic behaviour, apparently because of my YouTube activity. But Mildra also recommended Eve to me. He sent a video of sort of a recent review of Eve Online. I've heard about it. I've never played it, so I've added it to my Steam list. Apparently that's free as well, so check that out. Yeah, because he said, remember when Eve had the most infamous online community? Man, do I miss those simple, easygoing times. I was like, I haven't played Eve. What was it like? And he went, Eve is complicated. And when I clicked on the video that he recommended, Mandalore, straight away the guy goes, when you ask someone about EVE Online, they'll just go, it's deep. It's very complicated. So I don't know if Mildred, was that intentional when you said it's complicated? But it's hilarious. It really is hilarious. But Switchpoint said, this coach that apologised for something that really did. He was acting like Switchpoint said he's acting like it was the end of the world. And Liana responded, "It seems like to cover one's ass to me. Don't know how they focused on the game. Shouldn't turn a blind eye to bad behaviour, but in close quarters backstage, collisions do happen. We'll find out more, I suppose." Oh, yeah. I'd like to hear what you guys think. Obviously, most of the people um, that commented in the tweet thread obviously already commented. But yeah, I'd like to hear what you think about this. Well, what do you think will be the next step from the boardroom at Blizzard? What's their next the next step in clamping down on toxic behaviour? So yeah, leave a comment down below in the comments. I've been Flattmeister. I'll catch you in the next video. Don't be a toxic player. Don't brush into people. Don't tread on people's feet. Don't spit on people's faces accidentally when you're talking to them, like quite face to face close, yeah.